So if a pastor walked into your home and he told you how to run your house, what would you say? And again, we have this in multiple churches. That's why churches put committees together. Why? Because they get same people with same spirit, and now they can control together, and they have control of the church, but it's not based upon one person. There is one person that's the strongest personality, and they control everything, and they influence everybody, and then they come in agreement. But basically, these people on these committees, most of them are of the same spirit, and they control the church and the pastor through that environment. It's just not healthy. You know, we become offended over decisions we don't fully understand. We criticize what we cannot see. We judge situations without knowing the conversations, the prayers, the burdens, or the responsibility behind them. So what happens is, listen, when I was a young pastor and out working for my pastor, there was so many things I did not understand. So many things. I would go home and vent to Charlotte, and then later find out I perceived the whole thing wrong. I didn't have the information. I didn't know what was happening. And yet at the same time, I thought I knew. I thought I was right. Sometimes I was offended. I had to process all that. And the point is, I was not informed, was not spiritually ready for what I was even feeling responsible for, but yet felt so spiritual and so right and so discerning. And I was totally wrong. Then I became a senior pastor, and then I realized, wait a minute, some of the things he did, I understand now why he did, because God put me in the situation that I judged, and that same situation was in my face now, but not in the same manner. It was the same kind of decision, and I realized why that decision was made. Church family, here's what I'm saying: we have to mature. When our opinions are driven by selfishness, personal preference, comparison, a desire for recognition, or wounded emotions, we are often judging matters we were never given enough information to judge. I just wrote this about a half an hour ago. And most of us want change, and oh my goodness, my camera's acting up. Let me see if I can push it back. Anyway, most of us want change, but if it comes through our pastor or leader, or if it comes through correction, we resist it. So in other words, we want change if it's our idea. When God uses another person to shape us, confront us, or redirect us, we often, thank you, camera, we often resist it. The difficult part of our spiritual growth is trusting God in moments we did not initiate. And that's the same for a leader. And pastor, listen, I'm not defending pastors. We make mistakes. We do wrong things. We make wrong decisions. But most of those decisions that we make are made in faith. And at the moment of the circumstance, we make the best decision we could make. We often look back on some of those decisions and go, that wasn't the right decision. I could have done that better. But the main point is this: when we are corrected, how do we respond? Leader, pastor, can you take correction? And if you can't, then you shouldn't be a shepherd at all. Layman, if you're in a pastor's church and you're submitted to his care and he can't speak into your life, particularly when you come to correct him, we go in a spirit of humility. Leaders and pastors, I know you want to be confident. I know you want to be buff. I know you want to be alpha male. I know you want to be or alpha female. All that stuff, which is carnal, and we end up running our spiritual organization like a carnal organization or a hierarchy or off of an org chart. And there's nothing wrong with some of that, because some of that an org chart is necessary for proper leadership. But the truth of the matter is, if our mind is run from a carnal place or from the world's positions, we're going to miss the vital parts of the kingdom of God, particularly when it comes to correction. Many times he sends correction through his people. Sometimes it comes through a sermon. Sometimes it comes through a mentor, a pastor. Sometimes it comes through a trusted brother. Whether you like the messenger or not, whether you like the leader or not, it really doesn't matter what we like, because being a disciple means a learner. It's pastor, leader, shepherd, apostle, black church, white church, Asian church, Lutheran church, all of this stuff that we spiritualize rather than operate in humility and honor and meekness and all the things that Jesus did. Jesus never let opinions bother him, attitudes, judgments. He just rolled on. He stayed within his vision plan. He kept moving forward. This is where we have to learn. Disagreement is not disapproval.